Hello guys, welcome to my channel Chem Insider. So in today's class we will discuss about some topic of structure of atom chapter. So in this chapter we have already discussed about the wave character of electromagnetic radiation and particle character of electromagnetic radiation. So as of now, if you consider one or the other, in that time, not in this time, but in the earlier 19th century, scientists were in a complete dilemma to consider either wave nature of the electromagnetic radiation or the particle nature of the electromagnetic radiation. That is because if we observe the physical phenomena such as black body radiations and photoelectric effect were explained by electromagnetic radiation if it is considered as particle, right? So the particle nature of electromagnetic radiation explained black body and photoelectric effect phenomenon. If you consider diffraction or interference, it was explained by the wave nature of electromagnetic radiation. So now either they have to consider particle nature of electromagnetic radiation or we have to consider wave nature of the electromagnetic radiation. But the scientists later decided we should better consider both. So later they decided that they should better consider both nature of electromagnetic radiation. Therefore, they said that electromagnetic radiations have both type of nature, that is a particle nature when incident light is incident on it, when a beam of light is incident on it, and wave nature when they are emitting some radiation. Okay, when they are emitting some radiation, they act as wave. When they are absorbing some radiation, they act as particle. So therefore, electromagnetic radiation can be considered as having dual nature, that is nothing but the dual behavior. So that is what the phenomenon said was dual behavior of electromagnetic radiation, that is nothing but lights. So light particles have both type of behavior, that is particle nature and wave nature. So both this particle nature and wave nature were explained by clear physical phenomena such as black body radiation, photoelectric effect were explained by particle nature, whereas diffraction and interference were explained by wave nature. So using these two theories, we consider electromagnetic radiation as dual behavior. So initially when they proposed this dual behavior, most of the scientists did not accept that, and in the later years it was concluded using the quantum theories, and therefore now we are considering electromagnetic radiation has both particle nature and wave nature. So now let us solve certain examples or problems of wave nature and particle nature related. So first one, so if you consider for the formulas which we have discussed in this wave nature and electromagnetic particle nature of electromagnetic radiation, let us first write down the formula which we all used or which we have derived. The first formula is nothing but speed of light is equal to frequency into lambda, right? Speed of light is equal to frequency into lambda, or frequency, you can also say that frequency is equal to c by lambda, right? Frequency is equal to c by lambda v. Frequency v is equal to c by lambda. This is the first equation, and then we have discovered E is equal to h nu using the particle nature of the compound, and then we have one more formula, that is frequency of incidation should be equal to frequency of threshold, energy of threshold, and then kinetic energy, that is given by hv is equal to h nu naught. H nu is equal to h nu naught plus half me v square. So this is the relation for our problems. Okay, so now let us solve some problems which involves these certain formulas. So first one, so calculate radiation, so first problem is, so now for the first problem, so they were asking us calculate the energy of 1 mole of a photon if frequency of the incident radiation is 5 into 10 power 14 hertz. So let us write down the given data, what they all given. So first one, the given data says just frequency, they have given just the frequency. Frequency V is equal to, frequency mu is equal to 5 into 10 power 14 Hertz. Okay, 5 into 10 power 14 Hertz. This is the frequency which they have given. And they have asked us to determine energy of 1 mole of photon. So 1 mole of a substance is nothing but 6.022 into 10 power 23, right? 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 1 mole is equal to 6.022 into 10 power 23 photons in this case. Photons. 1 mole of photon contains 6.022 into 10 power 23 photons. So therefore, first let us consider energy of 1 photon. So energy of 1 photon will be given by the formula E is equal to h nu. Energy of 1 photon can be calculated using the formula E is equal to h nu, where h is the Planck's constant, which is 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 joule second. Okay, so this is the formula. Let us substitute those values. We get E is equal to 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 into value of V 5 into 10 power 14. Okay, now for the exponentials, 10 power minus 34 into 10 power 14. I have uploaded a video regarding the exponential addition and certain relations of exponential additions and subtraction, multiplications, etc. You can watch that video in my playlist, which involves the basic concepts of formula in the first, second or third video. So now if you consider this is in the form of a power m into a power n, that will be equal to a power m plus n. Since we have opposite symbols, opposite signs, we have to subtract those two. So therefore minus 34 plus 14 will be minus 20. Okay. So now for the value of 6.626 into 5 is 3.313. 3.313. So this is joules. Okay. So this is our energy of 1 photon. So this is the energy of 1 photon. Next, for energy of 1 mole of photon, energy of 1 mole of photon will be equal to energy of 1 photon into 6.022 into 10 power 23. So that will be equal to 3.313 into 10 power minus 20 into 6.626 into 10 power 23. Okay. On multiplying these two, we get 199.5 into 10 power, so minus 20 plus 23, so plus 3 joules per mole. Joule per mole, which can be equal to 199.5. So 10 power 3 is nothing but kilo, so therefore kilojoules per mole. So energy of 1 mole of photon is 199.5 kilojoules per mole. For the frequency of incident radiation, 5 into 10 power 14 Hertz. Okay, so this is about the first problem. Now for the second problem, they have given us calculate the number of photons emitted per second from a 100 watt bulb. So let us just underline that. From a 100 watt bulb which emits monochromatic light of wavelength 500 nanometer. So a bulb of 100 watt power is emitting a monochromatic radiation of wavelength 500 nanometer. So now they have asked us to calculate number of photons emitted per second. Okay, number of photons emitted per second. So the phenomenon of bulb emitting a radiation of certain power, what it does means, it is nothing but energy emitted. Energy emitted. That power is nothing but energy emitted. So energy is equal to 100 watt. So 100 watt is nothing but 100 joules per second. 100 joule per second. So 100 joules per second. So now first what we have to calculate is, we need to calculate energy of 1 photon and then divide the total energy by the energy of 1 photon. We will get the number of photons which is number emitted per second. Okay. So if this is a bulb, so let us say this is the bulb, it is emitting radiations of 100 watt. That means it is emitting photons of multiple range. So each photon has certain number of energy and all that combined gives the total energy, that is nothing but our 100 watt. Okay, so now first we need to determine the energy of 1 photon and dividing the total value by value of one energy of a photon, we'll get the number of photons released, emitted. Okay, so for that, let us return the given value. They have given lambda is equal to 500 nanometer. 500 nanometer is nothing but 500 into 10 power minus 9 meters. We know that C is equal to mu into lambda. That implies mu is equal to C by lambda. So substitute this directly in the energy equation. E is equal to H into C by lambda, that is equals to 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 into 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 500 into 10 power 9. Okay, so once we do this, 10 power minus 9, so I'm doing this, we get 0.0397 into 10 power minus 17. 0.0397 into 10 power minus 17. We'll shift this value so it will be easier for us. So if you shift 3 points, we get 3.97 if you just into 10 power minus 19. Okay, so this will be a energy of one photon. So this is the energy of one photon, that is equals to 3.97 into 10 power minus 19 joule per second. Now for the total number of photons released, number of photons is equal to energy divided by energy of one photon, that is equals to 100 divided by 3.97 into 10 power minus 19. So this will be equal to 25.1 into 10 power plus 19 per second. So for 1 second we are going to observe, we just chose, so for 1 second we are going to release, the bulb of 100 watt is going to release 25.1 into 10 power 19 photons. Okay, so this is how we calculate the number of photons emitted by a certain energy of bulb. Now for the third problem. So in this problem they have given us, when electromagnetic radiation of wavelength 300 nanometer falls on sodium surface, electrons are emitted with kinetic energy of 1.68 into 10 power 5 joules per mole. What is the maximum energy required to remove one electron? Sorry, what is the minimum energy? What is the minimum energy required to remove one electron from sodium surface? And they might even ask you, what will be the minimum wavelength required? What will be the minimum wavelength required? Wavelength required. They even can ask you the minimum wavelength required. So they might even ask energy, or they might even ask minimum wavelength. So in this, if you observe carefully, they have given kinetic energy of 1 mole of electron. That is, if you observe carefully the question, they have given us electrons are emitted with kinetic energy 1.68 into 10 power 5 joules per mole. Okay, so clearly observe here they are given joules per mole. The kinetic energy given here is for 1 mole of electrons to be removed. Okay, 1 mole of electron carries 1.68 into 10 power 5 joules of energy. Okay, so therefore you have to deal with 1 mole concept as moles of photons. So that is, if you have to remove 1 mole of electrons, you need to add emit, or you need to make 1 mole of photon incident on the surface of sodium. So therefore you need to take 1 mole of energy of photons. Okay, energy of 1 mole of photons. Or simply what you can do is, if you determine the energy of 1 photon, then divide this value by 6.022 into 10 power 23. That is nothing but the Avogadro number. So kinetic energy of 1 electron will be equal to kinetic energy of 1 mole divided by number of electrons, that is 6.022 into 10 power 23. Then you will get the kinetic energy of 1 electron. Or you can also do this in a different manner, that is, first you find out the energy of 1 photon, multiply that energy by 6.02 to 10 power 23 to get energy of 1 mole of photons. Then subtract those two, you'll get the minimum energy required. And using that value, we can find out the minimum wavelength required. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to calculate first the energy of 1 mole of photons. For that, they have given us the wavelength 300 nanometer. And we all know 3 into 10 power minus 8 meters per second is the speed of light. Planck's constant h is equal to 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 joules second. So now energy E is equal to hc by lambda. This is what we used in the previous problem. hc by lambda, that is 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 into 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 300 into 10 power minus 9. So on dividing this to 3 ones are 300 times. So that leaves us 10 to the power minus 7. Okay, so that leaves us 10 power minus 7. So 10 power minus 7 goes new to the numerator, it becomes 10 power plus 7. 8 plus 7 will be 15. 34 minus 15 will give us 6.626 into 10 power minus 19 joules. So this is the energy of one photon. For energy of 1 mole, of photon, that is equals to 6.626 into 10 power minus 19 into 6.023 into 10 power 23, that will be equal to 3.99 into 10 power 5 joules per second, joules per mole. So this is the energy of 1 mole of photon, 3.99 into 10 power 5 joules per mole. So when this amount of energy is incident on the surface of sodium, it releases 1 mole of electron. Okay, so that releases 1 mole of electron. But they haven't exactly said what is the threshold energy required. So this is the total energy which you are applying. If it releases 1.68 into 10 power 5 joules per energy of kinetic energy for 1 mole of electron, we know the equation. So this is nothing but h nu. This is h nu. What we have determined here is h nu. We know the equation. H nu is equal to h nu naught plus kinetic energy of electron, right? Plus kinetic energy of electron. So we need to determine the h nu naught value, that is E naught, minimum energy used. Okay, so for that what we have to do is we need to subtract these two. So h nu naught is equal to h nu minus kinetic energy. So that is 3.99 into 10 power 5 minus 1.68 into 10 power 5. Okay, so this is the, once you do that, you will get the value 2.31 into 10 power 5 joules per mole. So this will be the minimum energy required in order to remove 1 mole of electron. Okay, so now what we have to determine is, they have asked us to determine minimum energy required to remove 1 electron. Okay, so this is the energy required to remove 1 mole of electron. Now we have to determine energy required to remove just 1 electron. So therefore what we have to do is, we need to divide this value by 6.022. So energy required to remove 1 electron, that is equals to 2.31 into 10 power 5 divided by 6.022 into 10 power 23. 2.31 into 10 power 5 divided by 6.022 into 10 power 23. That gives us 3.84 into 10 power minus 19 joules. Okay, so the minimum energy required to remove 1 electron from the surface of sodium is 3.84 into 10 power minus 19 joules. Now, in order to determine the minimum wavelength required, we need to write the formula. E is equal to hc by lambda. We need to determine lambda. Lambda is equal to hc divided by E. That is equals to 6.626 into 10 power minus 34 into 3 into 10 power 8 divided by energy 3.84 into 10 power minus 90. This gives us 514 nanometer of lambda, which is resembling the green light of our visible region. So this is how we determine a minimum energy required for removing 1 mole of electron or 1 electron, and the minimum wavelength required for 1 electron. Okay, so this is about the problem. So what they ask is, when electromagnetic radiation of 300 nanometer falls on the surface of sodium, it emits electrons with a kinetic energy 1.68 into 10 power 5 joules per mole. Since they have given us mole, we need to determine the energy in terms of moles. So therefore, first we need to determine the energy of 1 photon and multiply that by 6.022 into 10 power 23. We get 3.9 into 10 power 5 joules per mole. That is the energy of 1 mole of photon. Using this energy of 1 mole of photon, subtract it by kinetic energy of 1 mole of electrons, we get threshold energy of 1 mole of electrons, and using that we can determine threshold energy of 1 electron. Using the value of threshold energy of 1 electron, we determine threshold wavelength of 1 electron. Okay, so this is how we do this problem. Okay, so if you have any doubts regarding the problems which I have explained, please do comment down below, or you can mail those doubts to my mail ID which I have given you in the description box. And if you are not familiar with multiplication of exponential terms, you can watch my video. I'll put that on description also, where we explain certain laws of algebraic expressions. If you have understood this video, please subscribe to my channel and share this among your friends. Thank you for watching.